Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. So we're starting off this great fairy look by just basically creating a graphic line shape. So outlining my crease with this purple shadow here and then filling that in completely. Now I'm basing my rendition off of one of the fairies from Breath of the Wild, but some of the Ocarina of Time fairies have a similar look, so you can still kind of follow along. It was looking a little patchy, so I decided to take some of that purple shadow on a fluffier brush and kind of blend and work it in that way. And then taking a shimmery purple shadow, and I originally started with a brush, but it wasn't really working, so I went in with a finger and then just went in and detailed with the brush afterwards. Now onto the liner. So the fairy has sort of a downturned liner. So I'm following the line from my upper lash line down, and then just basically creating a regular wing shape here and filling that in the front as well. Now I'm taking that sort of graphic shape and bringing it down to meet the liner. You could probably do this initially and that would make more sense, but you know what, here we are. I'm then taking a black pencil liner. This one's from Ciate London. And I'm doing my waterline and also a little bit below that kind of in the lashes, and I do my tight line as well. Now going in with a black shadow and just placing that on the lower lash line. Didn't really worry about blending it too much since we're gonna kind of go over with a liquid liner anyway. Then I'm adding a little point in my inner corner, basically just extending that line down and then connecting it to the lower lash line. Now for the tear shape, I had to redo it a couple times, but I found what works best was angling them outward, kind of towards the cheekbone as opposed to straight down, and that worked really well for me. Alright, I popped on some lashes. You could definitely skip that for this look, but I just felt it was necessary. I'm priming my face with the Smashbox Primerizer, just nice and hydrating. And then I'm going in with my Becca Undereye Corrector just to kind of conceal some of these bags here. I'm then taking my LA Girl Pro Concealer and on a little brush I'm outlining that lower lash line shape. Now to avoid this you could do your face first, but I was too scared of messing stuff up, so this worked better for me. And then taking this little combo of the Anastasia Luminous Foundation and the Charlotte Tilbury Hollywood Flawless Filter and just popping that all over my face, really. Alright, once I've got the foundation squared away, I'm going in with a little bit more concealer. Now I am going to do a little bit of contour and highlighting to kind of mimic her face shape a little bit. So I'm dragging that down in this triangle area to kind of bring the face forward. She has a very heart-shaped face, so I'm trying to make that area of my face look a little whiter. And then I'm adding in some white concealer as well, since my concealer wasn't quite light enough to really highlight, and just blending that out with my little beauty blender. I'm taking some down the center of the nose as well, because she sort of has a wider, flatter bridge of the nose. So I'm placing that pretty widely and then blending that out to make it appear more like flat. Alright, I'm going to take some translucent powder. This one's from Hourglass, and I am just gently setting my face with this lovely powder here. Alright, so I'm going to take this e.l.f. Brow Duo. This is an old classic, okay, as my contour powder. I don't contour very often, so when I do, this works just fine. So again, I'm contouring the sides of my nose to actually make the bridge appear a little wider, and then I'm putting some on the tip of my nose too to make it appear shorter and less rounded and more just sort of straight across and cartoony. I'm then contouring my jawline to make it look a little bit stronger, and I'm also taking that up a little bit around my chin to make my chin appear a bit more pointed and emphasize that. And then on the cheeks I'm just doing a very standard contour. Okay, so this is the point where my camera shut off and I took the opportunity to put on this costume. It's basically a sticky bra from Amazon that I glued a bunch of flower petals to. It actually ended up falling apart as I was wearing it, and you can't see it in frame anyway, so I ended up scrapping it. But I think that if you took a little bit more time to adhere the flowers, it would work if you're wearing this as an actual costume. Anyways, I'm just popping on some bronzer, not too much, just a little bit, and then some blush. This is the NYX Whipped Lip and Cheek thing. I don't know if they still make these, honestly, but it's a nice kind of baby pink color, and that's what I wanted for this look. Popping on some nice frosty highlight. This is the Essence Single Shadow in Snowflake, and just buffing that onto my cheekbones and nose. So this little thing, I think I got it at Goodwill, actually, but you can get it probably on Amazon or at any Halloween store, and it's basically just these nice oval-shaped gems. Now, if you're going to be wearing this for any sort of party or actually going out with it, I would recommend adhering them with lash glue, but since I'm just taking this off, I'm just kind of sticking them on there with the adhesive that's already there. Now, she has two above the brow and then two underneath the eye, so that's what I'm doing. The shapes aren't exactly the same, but it'll do for this look. And then I'm taking two itty bitty little rhinestones that I got at Michael's. If you have any left over from your Euphoria looks, you can use those as well. And I'm just sticking those right underneath the brow. So for lips, I'm taking this NYX Suede Lip Pencil. I think this is in the shade Copenhagen. And I'm kind of extending my mouth just a little bit. I don't want this to start looking clown-like. I'm just trying to mimic her lip shape in the reference photo I was looking at. And then I'm also overdrawing the Cupid's bow just a little bit to give it a bit more emphasis. And then again, I'm overdrawing just slightly on the center of the bottom lip and then bringing it up to meet the rest of the lip. So it is kind of a very subtle, like clown or Harley Quinn shape, but I wanted it to not look clown-like. You feel me? Okay. And then I'm going in with Charlotte Tilbury Walk of Shame just to alter the color a little bit so it's a bit more red. I then realized I had no ears, so I decided to do this quick little out of kit little thing here to make my ears look nice and pointy. So I'm taking some liquid latex and then a piece of cotton and then painting over that with more latex. And then I'm just sort of shaping it with my fingers until it's kind of a nice point. This isn't the best way to do ears, but it's what I had, so it's what I did, you know? And then I'm painting over that with some foundation just to make it blend in with my skin. Now, as you can see, the latex does kind of flop around, which makes it not the best method for doing ears. It works for photos, but if you're doing any kind of costume, I would recommend getting like a prosthetic or even like a jewelry piece that's kind of like an elf ear. I think that would work as well. I'm then taking this little sprig that I got from Michael's with all these little crystal-y type bits and placing that in my hair as well. Sorry I did not do my hair on camera, but I was getting frustrated, so here we are. And that's the finished look. Oh my god, this took so much longer than I anticipated. But we're here. We have arrived. And I think it looks pretty good. So, hope you all enjoyed this video. Please give it a like and a subscribe. And I will see you all again soon. Bye!